Supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
When we say right on the corner and right on the price, we mean it at Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. Up to $12,000 off 2018 F-150s. $12,000 off America's #1 selling truck. Stop the search. Call Mike Birch and 24/7 at MikeBirchFord.com.
8 o'clock here at the Big Dog WIFO-FM. Time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford, Murphy Builder Supply, and the Women's Health Center. And this morning, got a couple of great guests in this morning, Patty Feltman and Gant Starling. Apparently, FCA is going to be instrumental in a new student center at Wayne County High School. Is that correct?
That's right. We're just really excited about initiating this, and FCA is our motivation for working with the Student Center is really that we have, for the last 2 or 3 years, had the National Day of Prayer service, and this year it's on May 2nd. And we would really like for the place to be looking good for that. In the past years, we've hauled in plants and hauled them back out. The ceremony takes about, 20 minutes. And so, you spend all day putting plants out there, beautifying the place. And then next day you have to undo it all. Yes. So we were thinking it would be nice to have something more permanent, and not just for the National Day of Prayer ceremony, but also, the following day is yearbook day. And we're really grateful to Dr. McDaniel. He's consented to let the seniors go out there for the yearbook signing. So that's going to be kind of special to get out in the sunshine a little bit and be able to do that.
All right, so that's going to be located where exactly?
Well, outside the Commons area windows, there's a large piece of concrete, and it's got a very empty flower bed, and there's absolutely nothing out there right now.
Right. So what kind of plans are we looking for that? Because what springs to mind is that what I still consider the real Wayne County High School that's no longer with us. they put in a student center in between second and third hall. Would have been in 1980 or 81. It had a stage and it had seating and everything else. Yeah. It was a concrete.
I was trying to remember that. I'm the former art teacher, and I did a lot of years at that school that no longer exists. But I started in 1980, and I was trying to remember exactly when that one came to be. But I know the kids really love that.
We had pep rallies and everything else.
Everything. We had everything out there, and it was a lot of fun.
So it's something in that kind of not as elaborate, or
well, the space isn't as big, but we're just initiating this, so I feel like it can grow. Dr. McDaniel has an idea to actually put in brick columns and wrought iron fence and that sort of stuff, as a place to just really increase the area. Right now, I'm just kind of concerned about beautifying the terrace or the patio area that's out there, but we're hoping to make it large because we've got a big student body, and we'd just like to have a fun place for them to go. Maybe as a reward for doing something, accomplishing something that they could open it up, or even letting the clubs run games out there at lunch. If they could get out there and play tug of war or something like that. Just kind of to boost morale and be a reward for good behavior, that sort of thing.
Right. We've brought a guest with you as well, old friend of the Butch and Bob Show, been here many times. Gant Starling, how are you today?
I'm good. This means a lot to me because me being a student and putting this into a student's perspective, I see a lot. So I believe that this would benefit us in a very big way. A lot of fundraisers could happen. Definitely a lot of money come in from it. Probably just as much as we've put in will come from it. FCA has donated, but and a few other clubs have donated. But we can always use more people outside of the school to come in and help, and that just means a lot from my perspective. People like Nick Ellis have spoken about the control that would go on out there. What would happen maybe during yearbook day or an example like that. We would have people out there, keeping an eye out for students, so it wouldn't just completely be chaotic.
Right. Yes.
So that means a lot, and it's really just a place that we can memorialize people, especially these seniors. I think that means a lot, knowing that we can go out there and spend some time together before coming in and seeing all the underclassmen one last time. But there's just something special with our 2019 class, something that I want to get with those people. So I think this would be a big time thing for us to put in place before yearbook day, and eventually I think it can get turned into something bigger, but this right here will mean a lot.
So this is basically a quick turnaround on the timetable, is that?
Yes, we're asking people to get on board with us and contribute. They can go on RevTrack at the high school. Parents are familiar with RevTrack because that's the way they pay for school lunch or just about anything at the school. So if they go to the Wayne County High School website and click on RevTrack, they can scroll down to where it says Student Center donations, and they can give. There's a lot of different levels of giving. I mean, it can be as little as $25. That goes for maintenance and decorative items. Probably our most expensive things are these large planters with trees in them. They're $65. We're also asking people to donate trees for $35. Bedding plants, you can get several bedding plants, just like a section of the flower bed would be $40. But we have had a lot of companies in the community to contribute. Wesley Wilder at Ace Harris Hardware is giving us building supplies.
Oh,
and,
wow. That's good.
For just a little bit above his cost. He's also donated a couple of gallons of paint. Chad Blizzard out at Yellowwood has donated 64 8-foot 2x4s. It's worth over $300. Moody's Nursery I have hounded them to death. I'm trying to get a crash course in horticulture from them, but they have given me a good education on drought-resistant plants and how to landscape. And then another company just came on board. SGCS donated a planter, but we've had a lot of individuals. We're going to be putting a plaque on every donation. The benches will have a plaque attached to them. It's really small. It's just only 1x3, but it's you can just donate from your club or your team or your company, or it could be in memory. We've had some tragedies at the high school, and a lot of people would like to memorialize a relative or a friend or a teammate. And so the plaques can say in memory of and have their name and maybe their school year, which a lot of people are doing that, and they're in honor of too. So you can choose that on the RevTrack website to do a donated by, in memory of, or in honor of. And we've had quite a few people to do that right at this point, but we still need more.
Well, that's good. I was going to ask you, how can you help? And you've already covered all that already.
Okay.
So that's good. And so it's moving forward very quickly. When is yearbook day?
It's May the 3rd.
May the 3rd. Okay,
Yes.
So basically this has got to turn around in about 2 weeks.
We're hoping to actually have it in place on May 1st, and I'm hoping that there might be some people out in the community, maybe with a little horticulture knowledge, that could come in and help me. And I think the horticulture class is going to pitch into Mr. Schwartz, and I know the construction class, they're going to help us with some benches, Chad Hall. So, we're real appreciative of all the help. And also, I think people are probably concerned about the maintenance of this. I mean, they think, okay, we're going to invest this money, and then what's going to happen? It's going to be great for those first few days. But we have a commitment from the special education department at the high school to maintain the plants during the school year. And also the maintenance over the summer, the maintenance department for the county schools is going to maintain it. We're going to put in soaker hoses for the in-ground plants, but the planters can either be moved to a location where they can be cared for, or maintenance will come over and take care of them. So, people thinking, oh, well, I've got to do a tree or a bench that will last. But the bedding plants, they're actually, shrubs, sunshine ligustrum, drift roses that bloom year-round. They'll be maintained by someone during the summer and during the school year. So don't think, well, I can't give plants because they won't last long, but they will. They'll be taken care of.
Well, I know that the old one at the old school, was very low maintenance. I mean, it just needed occasional pressure washing, and that was about it. And it held up for, almost 30 years at least 30 years. Yeah. So
most of my career.
Yeah. We've got Patty Feltman and Gant Starling on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show this morning at 8:10, and the big game today, the Jackets, Gant.
Yes, sir. Got to win it. Got to win it.
All right, looking forward to that on WIFO 550 and 6. Do you have, without talking out of turn here, do we know what we're doing for the weekend or for Friday with the rain? Has Coach come up with any decision on that yet?
Well, Coach Max told us that they're talking about it and they're communicating with their coach, I'm pretty sure. We're talking about Thursday.
Yeah, Bob had said that was a possibility.
Yes, sir. So we may just play Thursday. But I'm kind of hands off of that. I'm not too sure on
that's
it.
Above your pay grade, right?
I'm just going to show up and play. But yes, sir. That's about all I know on it. Maybe Thursday. So. Well,
is there student involvement going on with this as well? You're talking about people that were making Patty and Gant donations. Are there student organizations other than FCA that are involved as well?
Yes, we have a lot of cooperation from the different clubs on campus. FCA is donating $200. The Gamma Club is donating a tree in memory of one of their members. The STEM Club has donated $75. The Georgia Future Educators has donated $45. And we've got a lot of promises. A lot of people are talking about it, but I wanted to come on the show because I don't know if they realize we're cutting off the donations on April 24th because we've got to, order these engraved brass plaques to go on everything, and it's not something you can do overnight. We've got to, and we've got to make sure that the plants are in place so that we can, get those planted. But we have had a lot of individuals. We have 4 benches right now. Sherry Milliken, Angela Bruton, Chris Altman, Charlie Feltman. We've got 5 trees. Tanya Smith, I got a really sweet note from her. Her husband was in the forestry business, and so she's donating a tree in his memory. Rob Patton, Donna Bonhart, Christy Surrency, Debbie Stevens, and Angie Bruton are giving planters. I've had a $20 donation from Edna Williamson. So, people are getting on board. They're seeing it on Facebook. And there's going to be a letter to the editor at the Press Sentinel. It comes out today about the same thing. And we're really grateful for you guys letting us come on air and talk about it because I know y'all have a large area that hears what we're saying here.
What would they search for on Facebook?
Oh, my goodness. I personally don't have a Facebook page, and so I've asked some ladies that I know their kids are in FCA, and I've asked them to put it on their Facebook page. So, but it is about donating for the Student Center at the high school.
You said what was the website? The link from the Wayne County page.
The link is called RevTrack. I know a lot of people that don't have kids in school will think, I don't know what in the world you're talking about, but if there's somebody that's maybe has a grandchild in school, this is how you go on to pay for lunch nowadays. You just use a credit card. If you don't have a RevTrack account, they're super easy to set up. I set one up just to do this, and but anybody that has a kid or a child or grandchild in any elementary school right on through high school, they're familiar with RevTrack, and it's just really easy to do. Would
you like to give out a phone number if people would like to know more?
Yes. My phone number is 912-424-0233. And if anybody would like to help me, I would love to have a text from them if they want to, help do the planting or help build the benches. That sort of stuff. We're hoping that a lot of things that they already have in progress at the high school. They just got through helping with the prom. They're building some lockers in a classroom. So, we're going to have at least 8 benches out there and hopefully more. So right now, me and my husband are frantically painting wood.
Well, that sounds like that's going to be a great addition. It's an outside student center. We've got Patty Felton again starting in this morning. FCA is spearheading this, and there are other organizations at the school involved as well. And this is going to be May 1st is the actual, dedication for this. So it's coming together very quickly.
Yeah, we're going to make sure the finishing touches are on it May 1st, and it's going to be the inaugural use of it will be the National Day of Prayer on May 2nd, and then the following day, Yearbook Day for the seniors on May 3rd.
Well, that sounds like fun. Now, is there a signing today, Gant, for some scholarships? I believe Bob had that in sports. And where are you headed?
I'm probably going to go to that. I think they start at 10. I'm not too sure. From the guys I've talked to, my seniors that are going, for basketball. I'm probably going to head there at 10 o'clock. So I might stop by first block and see what's going on. But I know I'll be there supporting them. Probably the whole baseball team will be there supporting them. So that's my plans.
Okay, well that sounds like a lot of fun. There's also a lot of cross team support. Each team supports all the other teams and all the athletics at Wayne County, and I know that all the teams really appreciate the support. So you can support Wayne County baseball today, though, by heading up to Guyton, 550 and 60 on WIFO-FM, playing South Effingham. We've got to have these two to be number one seed and host at home, and that's the goal that we want today. Or is there anything else that we need to cover on this Wednesday morning?
Well, I just want to tell people I'm really grateful for all the contributors, the businesses, the parents that are getting the word out, and Dr. McDaniel letting us do this, and Nick Ellis coming to provide some extra security so the seniors can have fun out there. Not everybody gets to go to Grad Bash, and that's the big thing. But I know the baseball team has to stay home and practice, so they're going to miss that. So this doesn't compare to Grad Bash by any sense, but it is just a fun little activity for the seniors to be able to have a nice place, and like their parents. It's kind of nostalgic.
Yeah, because you have to. These days, it's not like the old school was just basically an open campus. These days, that's just not how the world is, and so you've got to have the security measures that have been implemented at the school. I'm sure that you have to have that as well anytime anything's going on there as well. It's just a different world. So.
Yes, anything extra, it stretches everybody thin, or either they've got to call in more people. So we appreciate all the effort.
We're looking forward to that. One more time, tell everybody what's going on in a couple of sentences, or just summarize.
Okay, it's just we're here to ask people to come and help with the Outdoor Student Center. That's going to be just outside the Commons area windows on that large patio. It's absolutely nothing on it right now except an empty flower bed. And so we're hoping to put in planters, benches, trees, shrubs, some flowering plants, some ferns, just a lot of drought-resistant things, just to beautify the place and have a place for kids to go. Like when the administrators decide that they need a little reward, they could open it up during lunch or something like that. If they've kept the school extra clean or just whatever they want to reward them in, and also a place for clubs to have activities for the student body, just as kind of a morale booster. So I think it's just going to be a lot of good things, and a lot of memorials will be out there so that teammates and students can be remembered.
All right, great. We have Patty Feltman and Gant Starley in. They're talking about the Outdoor Student Center, which is being spearheaded by FCA. I want to thank you all for coming in today. That is a quick turnaround, and we've got the phone number here at the station. That's 424-0233, and you can go to the Wayne County High School, the main page for the high school, and then RevTrack is what they're looking for.
Yes,
because they're still looking for donations.
Yes, just scroll down RevTrack till you see Student Center donations.
All right, looking forward to that, and know that we'll be covering that when it actually is dedicated here. Bob will be out to help look at that as well.
And
we thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Good morning. Take care. The world-famous Butch and Bob Show on WIFO-FM, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply, Women's Health Center, and Mike Birchford in Blankshire. Good morning from the Big Dog WIFO at 8:20.
Murphy's Builder Supply is where you need to go for all your home improvement projects and hardware needs. They've been serving folks in this area since 1946. Murphy's offers some products and services that you may not know about. They now sell ammunition, both bullets and shells.